They were in
was it off Adelaide?
Oshawa.
Oh, they lived on Adelaide.
I mean, he'd have the same problem.
What was the question you were asking?
Just where they were, where she was born. They both obviously were in.
Well, that's in Dot State there.
Well, she would have been born in Dublin because they were in Dublin when they met. But I know they had relatives.
Not Adelaide Road?
I don't know whether
How
it was
about Arkandale?
I think it was
Is that
Oshawa.
registered?
Pretty sure it was Oshawa.
No.
Who? Mammy's cousins.
Oshawa?
Yes, yes.
I thought it was Adelaide. I can remember where the rock was.
Because her mother was...
I don't care what you say. Now I know.
After...
Because I had...
No, sorry. When my grandfather died, my grandmother brought my mother and her brother's house out to Canada.
I'm sure it was the Robin.
To join her
That's
cousin.
Mary if they ever lived on Adelaide.
No, she brought her out to Ottawa. She
One of
had to walk to the house.
No, not a housemaid. No, it was not a housemaid.
Maybe Ron, but you
Well, that's what Mammy used to talk to me about, and Mammy
Granny would not have worked as a housemaid. She worked as a
Where did the Robinsons live?
As a boss.
a sort of companion, housekeeper, not a housemaid. She worked as
housekeeper. Well, to me, a
Where did the
housekeeper and a
Robinsons
housemaid
No,
is the
there's a
same
lot of
thing.
difference.
No.
And
Where did the Robinsons live?
her cousin visited. I'll tell you what happened. She was left a widow in the First World War because her husband Henry Briscoe went down in 1914. His ship went down.
Yes, he was the captain.
And no, he wasn't.
I don't think you want to.
No, wait a minute. And then she was left with very little money.
This
He
was
was-
who? Which one?
Mary Robinson.
Okay.
He was a barrister in the
Right.
in the law, whatever.
A lawyer. Right.
And then she was left with great money, so she took my mother and brother, who was Uncle Harry, out to
Canada.
Yes, she saw an ad in the Irish Times for a house. She was a very skilled housekeeper, housewife, if you like. So she answered this advertisement in the Irish Times for a house.
Au pair style.
No, not au pair style. No, they run a household. No, that was and that was in Ottawa. And the story is that one evening her employees were having a dinner, and she was helping, to wait a table and everything. And who would guess but her cousins from Ottawa, and they said to her, they said, Mary, what on earth are you doing here? And they took her away with her that evening to stay with them.
So then you were working as a...
And then Mammy's brother went to Montreal, and
No, he joined the Mounties. Was the Mounties?
Well, he was also a professor at McGill University in Montreal.
Who was?
Uncle Harry. Mammy's brother was a professor in Montreal, McGill. Right, Dick? That's right. I know. Mammy used to talk about it.
He was a professor in Montreal?
What was the subject?
I don't know.
He was the military man.
Yes, but he was also at McGill University, maybe before he was a military
What
man.
kid?
What university?
McGill. In Montreal.
Didn't he end up as Scottish at Quebec?
That's what Dot used to say.
Yeah.
What was that?
I think he ended up as Provost Marshal of Quebec. And that would seem that he was a military man.
Okay.
But he also was in...
All right, I do believe you.
What was your... What was your grandfather Henry's father's name? Do you know that? You know his first name?
Oh, no.
Okay.
What was the last name there?
Briscoe.
What are you talking
Whitby
Briscoe.
Oh, I don't know much about the Briscoes.
Well, Briscoe, where did Whitby come from then?
That must have been that man's mother's name, I think.
Well, I have a Whitby in my name.
Do you?
Yeah. Whitley.
But that's all I know of it.
Who is the Henry after? Richard Henry.
King Henry II.
Oh, yeah, you don't know you
For the other leg.
I don't know. I think probably on my mother's side.
Grandmother and grandfather.
It's all right, so you know what he said?
Where else do you remember any other aunts or uncles, where they lived, anything? Now, what was the St. Oliver
He's St. Oliver, and he was a great educationalist in Ireland.
That's a good response.
P-L-U-N-K-E-T-T?
P-L-U-N-K-E-T.
What's that? Plunkett.
P-L-U-N-K-E-T.
Oh, Plunkett, Pleasant. Oh.
And he was what in Dublin?
He was Canada.
No, he wasn't. He was sent to Rome to study. This was now in the 17th century, or 16th century. I can send you a little booklet on him. I have a little book. And he came back to Ireland and he became a great educationalist. He set up schools all over Ireland for the poor. And
Move that plant over here.
now, how he got involved and how he came to be...
Oh, no, don't put
Just for
that
the-
down there, Dick. I'm
I'll
afraid
put it
it
on the
might
floor.
fall. Yeah, put it on the floor.
But he was... Why was he beheaded? Yeah.
And move in
He
towards
was the
Sheila.
last man to be beheaded at Tyburn.
I beg your pardon?
Oliver Plunkett was the last man to be beheaded at Tyburn. And he was incarcerated in the Tower of London for 3 years before he was beheaded. But I read his biography.
Incarcerated in Tower of London?
Yeah.
For 3 years.
Burning up at 2, up at 4.
Oh, I don't know,
Now, but he was beheaded at, what was the name of it?
Tyburn.
T-Y-B-U-R-N.
Tyburn. That's London.
Yeah.
All right. It'd be nice to follow the path of where he was in connection to your grandmother and your great-grandfather and all that, wouldn't it?
Well, we had in our family, we had about 10 or 12 large amber beads from his rosary.
I wonder whatever happened to him.
Well, I know I gave away a few to people who were very ill, but never got them back. There were about 4 or 5. We had about 4 or 5 amber beads.
It's amazing. It's just wonderful that you have something
I
like
know,
that.
I know.
I have nothing of any of my ancestors. I would treasure something like that.
Well, Manny had a sister too, if that's any.
Yeah,
Gladys Palmer. Was my mother's sister.
Sometimes when you can't find the specific person you're looking for, if you type in the sibling's name, you can get information by that too, and then that all ties it in. One little break's all it takes. Well, just anything else?
And then do you want to bring in the Dunleavy name?
Not really.
It's another
Yeah.
Where did it come
step or
from?
two.
Well, that was Gladys, and Gladys, who was married to Dunleavy. But there were other cousins of my mother's who were quite illustrious. They lived in
Kildare.
O'Neill. O'Neill, Kildare. But there are so many O'Neills in Ireland, you know.
Yeah.
Kildare?
Yeah.
That'll start me out. Hopefully I can make some connections. But Mary Robinson, that was your mother's mother.
Now, Mary Robinson had a few sisters, and one of them married a Japanese industrialist.
Which is
I
actually.
don't suppose lots of natural ones, but...
Sure, I mean, if it's, you know, like you said, any
Yeah,
connection.
she lived in Japan.
She did? What was her name?
I don't... She would have been a Robinson before she married.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah, because they... Auntie Dot had all these wonderful Japanese
Tapestries and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, I remember that.
Merinos and...
I wouldn't drink that. That was like, most, no.
It's funny, but I remember they bought home as a gift one time. I think I'm right in this, a large cow. Climbing from my God, I don't know where this is all coming from.
You've got a lot of things stored up there, you know?
She too. Well, Mary must have too.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I
The
don't
difference
think
at that is significant. 2 years at that age is significant in terms of what you recollect.
There were eight in that family. The Robinsons. And Lizette was one. And Lizette.
I've never heard that
So
name.
Mary had a sister that married a Japanese, right?
Why wouldn't I have
Yeah.
heard that name? Because I was too young, I guess.
Lizette?
And Lizette.
Never heard
Uncle
that.
Arthur's wife.
Now, with Crean don't have anything to do with anything.
Well, they were the parents. Aunt Lizette was an Uncle Arthur. Were the parents of the Robinsons.
Yeah.
Of Arthur Robinson. Did we say Arthur Robinson?
Mm-hmm. That was your, mother's brother.
Very similar.
He was the,
Yeah, that we have in our,
Where did
well, he was in the law. I'm not sure if he was a judge, but he was pretty high up in the law.
Where did he live? Did he mostly stay in Dublin? And-
Yeah, in Dublin. And they had two sons, Herbert and Cyril. And they had five
Hence the name
daughters.
Herbert.
Robert and
Yeah.
and Sue
Herbert
Yeah.
on the
on the house. That was on Adelaide Road.
Albert.
Or Albert?
No, Adelaide.
Adelaide, I think.
Adelaide.
Now, Mary, did she move to Canada? She did
Yes.
come and move here, right?
Mary moved, that's the story I told you about.
Me,
when-
I thought you were talking about my mother's family.
We are Mary Robinson, I'm sorry.
She moved, she
never
moved,
came to
she went to
Canada,
Canada. Yes, she did.
Who?
With Mammy.
Mary Robinson.
Yeah.
Granny.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Uncle
Henry.
Henry.
Harry. Uncle Harry.
Harry and my mother. And they settled in, I think,
you have to move out.
I always thought it was Montreal,
I
but
think
then
it
a
was
while
Ottawa.
ago I realised it was Ottawa. And my mother went to school in the Sacred Heart
Yes, she did.
in Ottawa.
Actually, you're not bad, because you can get,
Is that a convent?
Yeah.
well, it depends on what you want to do.
And she was one of the first touch typists.
Yeah, I remember that.
She won a gold medal for
Oh,
touch
she was.
type.
Now, what year are we looking at? Are we talking pre-40s?
Oh, yes, because my mother was born in 1905, wasn't she? So it would have been in about, say, 19...
Okay, you have to say something about a ship going down that,
Not 1950, never. They'd only make her 10 years old.
Oh, no,
But she came over with her mother.
No, actually, you don't have a bad.
At 10 years old, becoming a typist? No.
No, that would have been at around the first year of the war, of the First World War, first or
So
second
1918,
year.
19.
1914 was the first
When the ship
year.
went down, so she would have gone out to
She
Canada
was
about
9 at that time. I
1920.
remember when her dad died, she was 9.
Who's that?
Mammy was 9 years of age, because I remember her telling me she was only 9 when she was in Loretta, and the nuns brought her in to tell her that her dad had been around.
She was there when she was
And
8.
she was 9 years of age. She went into, she was at school in Dorothy.
So that's 1914 then, right?
Yes, was around that.
Yeah.
And she was at Loretta.
It was Loretta and Dorothy, and she nearly froze to death.
Whatever time it is.
She'd have to break the ice in the basin in the morning to watch.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
And she felt
So that's how come you guys started coming over here. There was relatives here in Canada.
Where's that
first.
plant?
Yeah.
Just here, hand me that plant, will you, Dick?
Well, what about the
I'll
clubs?
put it out of the way.
Where are the clubs?
Yes, yes.
The clubs were the ones in Canada.
Oh, it has this.
Yeah, I think the Trust, CLOUGH, were the ones in
The
Canada.
crystal chandeliers on it.
Canadian cousins.
You got 4 days, we finish the hardwood, we're talking living room, dining room, and hallways, living room, dining room, and 3 bedrooms. You do it while we're gone.
This is all news to me, ladies.
Well, he's got it on tape too, on video.
Yeah.
So if I don't catch anything, I'll have to review it.
Actually, it's a nice night of.
Well, I think it's it then, unless you guys can think of anything else.
I can think of something.
What's that?
Let's play poker.
You just wanted to play poker? Do you think of anything else?
Well, see, Uncle Henry was married to May. Harry.
Uncle Harry, May something he was married to. Her name was May.
What was her surname?
I don't know.
They had no children.
No, they didn't.
Well,
But you know that fella that did the thing on the Crean?
yeah.
He's a professor. He has all kinds of contacts in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that he would reciprocate any inquiries you wanted to put to him if you mentioned the Crean thing. Because he came to see me in the office and he
Yes,
said,
he did.
you know what he did with the book and all.
Because he wrote a book on
He might give you some
The
leads.
Explorer.
That's neat.
Maybe if we had the book too.
Dick, over to you.
I don't have any I only have the one copy. I gave them, I spread them around.
I have a copy.
We could
I mean,
photocopy.
they're on the Library of the Congress. I can get it any day, anytime you want
Oh,
one.
I have mine.
No, seriously.
It'd be
I'll
nice.
get you one.
Absolutely, it'd be nice.
Because it's on it registered, I guess.
Yeah, I put that on my computer.
All right, well, that's very good, lady. Thank you very, very much, gentlemen.
And this so ends the genealogy chat.